my friends, and welcome back to Dragon Age 2. In yesterday's video, we continued exploring Kirkwall. We picked up Aveline as, I'm guessing, a permanent companion now, and we're...
The first of the Maker's children watched across the veil and grew jealous of the life they could not feel, could not... Much?
Oh,
no, that can't be right.
It's not right, but I'm talking. Can you not interrupt me, please? As I was trying to say, I think we're in the Chantry. And we're going to explore the Chantry and then move on to, I don't know, more Hightown stuff. Anyway, Andraste, Bride of the Maker. Pretty sure I've read that one in Origins, so...
First of the Maker's
oh my goodness, this woman.
Those
children
and grew jealous of
the orphan Fereldans ran off again after we fed them.
I wish they'd let us help them.
No,
It'd be better than scraping by on the streets of Darktown.
Darktown?
Those children... The orphan Fereldans ran off again after we fed them.
I wish they'd let us help them. It'd be better than scraping by on the streets of Darktown.
Oh, I wanted to...
It would be most appreciated if you didn't come clomping through here like a herd of cattle. The amount of noise you're making is ridiculous.
Well, you're very mean. There's a blue ceiling. Parvalum, the Occupied North. Well, this codex entry seemed to talk about the invasion of the Panari, and then it talked about the Coon and... Not sure I like how that's sounding, so... I'm sure more will be explained later, but... Does not sound good. Anyway, let's keep exploring the Chantry.
How was I to know she was a lady of ill repute? Those eyes, oh Maker, and those legs.
Oh, that's really funny, actually. Founding of the Chantry. Again, I feel like I've read this in Dragon Age Origins, but I'll look at it again later. Locks of the Golden Fool. A satirical tome about a deluded brother of the Chantry who sought peace between elves and humans. How? Okay. A condemnation of fanatics of both races. It is favored by radical elves choosing to live in Darktown. It's the second time I've heard of Darktown. Where's that at? And then we have the... oh, I saw it. Here we go. The History of the Chantry, Chapter 1. Again, I feel like I read this in Origins, but we'll look at it again later. So that's the upstairs. We have to still go up here on this big old statues. With the Maker. We have the Sermons of Denine Renata. Well, that was just a sermon about integrity. And let's talk to Grand Cleric Elthina.
I'm sorry you had to witness that disgraceful scene by the Chanter's Board. I am Elthina, Grand Cleric of Kirkwall. Sebastian's normally a good lad, but he's had a terrible shock.
Well, who is he?
Sebastian? Was that his name?
Sebastian Vale. He was affirmed here nearly a decade ago. He had just been invested as a brother when we got the news about his family. I'm afraid he reacted rashly, denied his vows and left the Chantry. If the Maker wills it, he will return to himself before it's too late.
So, he didn't look like a brother, but is he a brother?
So he's some kind of priest?
He is an initiate of the faith. As a man, he cannot serve as a mother would, but he has led the chant here many times. Before last week, I would have said he was the most faithful of our true believers.
Well, we know what happened, Darren, but let's ask it anyway. What happened?
He said someone murdered his family.
Sebastian is the youngest son of the ruling family of Starkhaven. They were overthrown recently, violently. Sebastian is the only surviving member.
The ruling family?
He's royalty.
Prince Sebastian Vale. If he succeeds in his pledge to take back his lands. He made a vow to the Maker to put worldly concerns behind him. It is a sin to forswear himself for a mere title.
Well, I'm still going to help him.
I think his family deserves to be avenged.
Sebastian would spend his coin to buy men's lives, the same as those who attacked his family. No matter how justified he feels, that is murder. And when he returns, I will tell him so again.
Sebastian Vale is the only surviving son of the ruling family of Starkhaven, which was murdered in a violent coup d'etat. Sebastian cannot forget the irony that he still lives only because his family was so ashamed of his drinking and womanizing that they committed him to the Kirkwall Chantry against his will. And after initially rejecting a priest lifestyle, Sebastian was more surprised than anyone when he realized that his show of faith had turned real. Since then, his belief in the Maker and his plan for Thedas have been unshakable. Embracing his new role, Sebastian took vows of poverty and chastity to become a sworn brother of the Chantry, until word of his family's death forced him to take up worldly concerns again. Grand Cleric Elthina, Sebastian's mentor and friend, hopes to convince him to walk away from the struggle for Starkhaven and return to the good works of the Chantry. So I'm getting the City of Starkhaven. Well, I read the City of Starkhaven Codex entry as well. It just talks about how wealthy they are, but I'm getting the idea that, what is it they keep saying, the Free Marches seems to be like a compilation of city-states like Kirkwall, Starkhaven. I'm sure there's others that will become known in the future, but
Sister Alima told me
kind of a different sort of country, because there are like mini countries inside them. Okay, yeah, so I did open up a fast travel to the Chantry, but let's go back out to Hightown. I think I'm almost done here, and then I gotta figure out where to go next.
Being a guardsman seems like a better life than being a soldier.
Oh?
My brother was a soldier. It's all about taking land and serving some king you've never met. Guardsmen, they do something real. They protect people. They make their lives better.
I don't know if I agree.
Neither would my brother.
Well, I guess there's arguments for both, I suppose. Okay, so I came in through here, so I think the only other way out is this way. What did Beth... I think I talked to Aveline.
Hightown is the best of Kirkwall. Just ask them.
Yeah. I mean, rich people.
Mother must have played here as a girl.
Yeah, if our mother...
Chinese gaze on you, child.
Oh my gosh, you guys are all interrupting me.
Late again. Where is she?
If our mother was a noble, she would have lived up here with all the rich folk. And now I'm guessing we don't live here anymore. Fancy poison ring. Outside of a noble's estate.
Pardon me.
Or fancy poison rings. It's probably just junk to sell, but I'll take it. Dang it. And that's it. So let's get this crate, and then I think we're done exploring Hightown. So let's look at my quest log. I've got a companion quest, side quests, a billion premium quests, but there was something about a new home. Let's try to go to Lowtown, and I guess maybe it's our home base, like ours being Aaron's home base. So let's look for the nearest exit. It's over there. Leave area. Because I don't think there's any other way to not fast travel, but to travel to another section of the city. And I'm guessing that's what each of these are. Just like there's the docks is a different section, the Lowtown. And I'm wondering if these are all fast travel points once I go to them first. So let's do that. And let's quick save. Maybe. I think I just quick saved so fast I didn't even see it. And more vendors, and let's see, vendors, quests. Well, let's just get started.
Your family used to be noble, right?
By some definition of the term.
Do you ever wonder what your life would have been like if you were still nobles?
Sunshine, nobility is just an expensive lifestyle. I've already got one of those.
Nobles have power too, and responsibilities.
Estates, servants, investments, mercenaries, assassins. We've still got all those things. It's sunnier here, and nobody calls me my lord. I think I can live with that.
Yeah, fair enough. Okay, Kirkwall, Lowtown. Lowtown sits in a massive cauldron-shaped pit that was once Kirkwall's first quarry. The district was constructed by slaves who carved the city and its harbor out of the rock. Today, Lowtown is a labyrinth of shanty towns, corridors, and hexagonal courtyards, hexes in the local parlance. Lowtown's poorest live in caves hewn out of the cliff's face. The district is shoddily built and bears scars caused by collapsing walls. Foundry smoke smothers the area. Only a cold winter storm clears the air, but the icy wind howling over the mouths of the mine shafts hardly counts as relief. Occasionally, these dark town shafts erupt with gouts of foul air known as choke damp. It's not uncommon to find whole slums silently suffocated, frozen in the midst of everyday activity. The walls surrounding Lowtown are highest by the harbor. Its busiest street leads up to Hightown, where the wealthiest Kirkwallers perch. When one stands in Lowtown, all one sees other than the rocky walls is Hightown. It glitters overhead, always in sight, yet always beyond reach. Well, let's look. Well, yep, there's Hightown. A badly copied leaflet. Take back our streets, for Eldon's refugees, Canary soldiers. Who next? To winter slavers snatching children out of the beds? This ends now. Send a message that Kirkwallers will not accept this. We must band together to drive foreign waste from our doorstep. Reclaim the free marches for the marchers. If you care about our future, join the friends of Kirkwall. Reclaim our city. Okay. And I'm just window shopping because I can't afford anything still. But let's talk to Lady Elegant.
My. If it isn't Hawk. Still up to old tricks, Elegant? Lady Elegant, if you don't mind. I'm a married woman now. Last time we met, you were still in Athenral's employ. Things have been going well since then?
Yeah, I mean, I guess she doesn't have too many complaints.
Could be better. Could be worse.
Yeah.
I often feel the same way. You may recall I sometimes provided potions for Athenral. I'd be willing to extend you the same courtesy if you like. All I ask is you inform me of any interesting reagents you find. In exchange, I'll approach my contacts on your behalf. And of course you'll need the appropriate recipes, such as this one. Free, for old time's sake.
Elfroot potion. So is this going to be like runes where yeah, it looks like I just need to find one elfroot and then I can buy them. Okay. All right. Thank you. But there is a quest turn-in over here. Elven Vintner. I wonder if that's the wine that I picked up. Not that I can tell from my mini-map. Yeah, bottled scar.
Something of yours, sir.
I thought this was lost to us, like so many other things. My gratitude.
You're welcome, and 50 silver. That's nice. What's over here? Chipped serpentine statue. So we have the reins for Reldon imports, huh? Well, let's not go in there just yet. Let's continue making our way just around the area, because I have no reason to go in there yet, and I don't want to try and avoid that. I did look at the weaponsmith and the trinket emporium. Again, not really affording much. The Hanged Man. I think that's where Varric wants to go, but let's go to our house first. And there's a hanging man right outside it.
Repent, and the Maker will forgive.
Okay.
Have you anything to spare?
Not really. Rubble and the Foundry District. Well, it looks very smoky. Nothing up there. Okay.
Don't get stabbed again. Buy armor today.
Right. Nothing there, and like we're getting. Okay, can leave the area that way. Spindleweed. New codex entry of spindleweed, which is apparently a weed that I need to make things potentially. So. I feel like I'm getting all wound about, but okay, my house is over there, but let me come down here first to the alienage. City Elves Codex entry, Kirkwall Elven alienage. Let's read this. Lowtown is home to the squalid elven alienage. Here, like in most Thedas alienage, the elves are packed into tiny rundown apartments and effectively segregated from the human population. Kirkwall's alienage is even more dilapidated than the rest of Lowtown, but the elves go to great lengths to keep the place looking bright and festive. The Venedal, Tree of the People, standing in the middle of the alienage, is a symbol for the elven pride and shared cultural identity, and it is lovingly cared for. It is difficult to say if the elves would continue confining themselves to the alienage if they were given the chance to mingle. They may not admit it, but some feel that living amongst their kind is far better than living with humans, no matter how terrible alienage life may be. Well, you never know unless you give them an option. Nope, alienage culture. Sure, it's similar to Origins, but I'll read it later. Okay, I think we are finally ready to go to, is it Galen's house? Let's just double check a few of these stairwells. I think it was, yeah, it's up, must be up there. Okay, yep, I think we've explored all of Lowtown, so let's go see our house, I suppose.
You could do worse, Hawk. It's a roof.
It is a roof. It's better than being dead by darkspawn, so yeah. Alright, let's go to Gamlen's house.
Hard to believe they left me nothing.
Well, Mother was pretty steamed when you ran off with your Ferelden apostate.
I'm still their daughter, their eldest.
Okay, I've got, oh my gosh, so many quests right now. I'm a little overwhelmed. There was a new quest in my quest log. Birthright. Speak to Mother about her argument with Gamlen. And then, alright, okay, let's look over here first. Order runes, order potions, and I have my dog.
He wasn't like this in Lothering. I think he misses the open fields.
Do you want to go play, puppy?
Come on. Let's play Fetch the Invisible Ball. Poor thing. Maybe he'd be happier if we brought him with us more often.
Yeah, Gamlen might miss him.
But if he's with us, who'd keep Gamlen's debt collectors away?
Take it. I'm sick of what's-his-name staring and panting.
Gamlen, honestly, a Mabari understands what you say. Try using his name.
What's wrong with dog? Real easy to remember.
Aww. Oh, a name. Okay, let me think on this. Alright, well, I decided on a name. Call him Rigel. You guys can get all my references. You'll have to give me notes below, because it's referencing something. But I won't spoil it. Alright, Rigel, do you have anything else to say? Oh, wake up, sleepyhead.
Come on, boy. This is no time to play dead.
Anything else? Go away, basically.
I just keep waiting for the Templars to knock on that door.
Okay, I understand you're paranoid, but let's not be too bonkers about it. Okay, let's go look at all of these quests. Okay, Apostate's Legacy, Aldenon's Heirlooms, the Black Sheep Cache, Royal Collection, Chevalier's Estate, Barbarian's Cache. I feel like... Hang on, let me save. Are these the... Yeah, I wonder if this is all of like the Mage's Cache, the Mage Item Pack, and all that stuff. So, let me work on those, because I think the two big ones, Mark of the Assassin and Mementos of Legacy, I feel like those are the big quest ones, so I'm not going to do those. But let me work on all these little ones, and I'll be back in just a moment. Okay, well, I think I'm finally done going through all of those boxes, and I have shiny new gear and shiny new weapons, and I kind of like how I look. I do really like the weapons that they level up as I level up, which is, I think, a nice balance so that I'm not constantly having to fiddle with my gear. And I don't mind fiddling my gear to a certain extent, but when it takes... As long as it took a long time in Origins to kind of fiddle between you and all your companions. And I did notice that, like, on my companions, I don't fiddle with their gear. I fiddle with, like, their weapons and rings and whatnot. So there's a little less fiddling to do with them. Anyway, back on task. So I am going to talk to Mother next and see what she has to say about Gamlen.
My children have been in servitude for a year. They should be nobility.
If wishes were poppy, we'd all be dreaming.
I think I really am going to go with sarcastic on a lot of these, just because I really like that this isn't a dream, but she's going to say something else. And I just feel like it's always kind of funny.
You mean this is real? No wonder I can't wake up.
And here I thought that Ferelden you ran off with was a mage, not a jester.
Oh.
Your mother was supposed to marry the Comte de Launcey, and instead she ran off with some Ferelden apostate. You don't get to stay the favorite when you do that.
Where is Father's will? If I could just see for myself.
It's not here, all right? It was read, it went in the vault. No one needed to look at it again.
Okay, well, tell me about our family.
I know the Amels were nobility, Mother, but not much else. Why don't you ever talk about them?
The Amels have been a noble family in Kirkwall since Garahel drove out the Fourth Blight. But we've always carried magic in our blood. It's been a stain on our lineage. No family of good standing would ever marry into a line with magic. When I chose your father, I was bringing more magic into our line, not less. I think that's what hurt my parents the most.
Well, what exactly did the will say?
Did Grandfather mention Mother in his will at all?
Our father died when you were still in Pinafores, girl. You can hardly expect me to remember.
Sounds like a yes to me.
Yeah, why are you so defensive, dear uncle?
That touched a nerve. What's in there that you don't want us to see?
Nothing. But you won't be seeing the bloody thing. It's still locked up on the estate, and that's long out of my hands.
You didn't take your parents' will?
It was old news. You think I've been sitting here for 25 years waiting for Leandra to slink back?
Who bought the estate, Gamlen? Perhaps I could speak to them. Was it the Reinhardts?
No one you know. Get used to Lowtown, sister. That's where we're going to stay.
I don't feel like you're being very honest, Uncle. Bethany seems unsettled. Talk to her. Perhaps.
So, I hate thinking badly of family. But did Uncle Gamlen seem a little slippery when he talked about Grandfather's will? If he, say, invested money that was meant to be Mother's, do you think he would tell us?
No, our uncle is a born liar.
Gamlen can't say good morning without lying twice.
Mother's been in such a fit of melancholy since Gamlen told her how angry her parents were about Father. She told me she wishes she'd died with Carver.
What?
It's like coming here ruined every good memory of her childhood. I wish we could get some of it back.
Well, maybe we can buy the estate if this whole Deep Roads thing pans out well, right?
When this Deep Roads expedition comes through, we can buy her home back. Move to Hightown. Gamlen told me he gave the estate as payment to some slaver who beat him at dice.
Ugh.
Apparently, our ancestral home is now a base for slavers from all over Thedas.
Yeah, he gave our home to slavers?
Gamlen couldn't have just sold himself and saved us all the trouble. Can you just imagine him sweeping and scrubbing for some Tevinter matriarch? Seriously, though, those scum have no right to our family's things. We should break in there. Get the will for Mother. I already talked to both of them about this. Gamlen said they guard the front entrance well. But Mother gave me her old key. She said it should unlock the cellar. Apparently the sewers run right beneath the house.
She kept a key for like 20 plus years? Seems very strange. Find Grandfather Amel's will, go to Darktown, and break into the cellars of the old family estate. Okay, well, we'll do that in a second. What else? So I'm all done in here. I picked up a codex entry. These two I will deal with later. And examine.
The house won't clean itself, Uncle.
Well, you guys could clean too. Oh, is this where we sleep?
What is that stain?
Like bunk beds. A note addressed to Gamlen. Gamlen Amel, payment is now 2 months late, Syrah. Interest accrues, as you are well aware. You will find yourself barred from our establishments unless payment is made. Think no better cardship or numbers runner in Kirkwall will deal with you. I certainly hope this matter is attended to before steps are taken. Let us avoid further unpleasantness. Gallard.
I think this is the same cheese that was here a year ago.
Ew.
Looks like the dog's trying to tunnel his way out of this hovel. Can't blame him.
And I have a storage container already, which is amazing. Loved it. Okay, letters for Hawk. Letter from Athenril. Hawk, your year's up and you're free to go. Despite what you think, we had a good thing working together. I might pass along an opportunity or two if you're willing to get your hands dirty. Stay safe. The Black Emporium. Greetings. You do not know who I am, but I have heard of you. I understand you might need items from my collection as well as the means to obtain them. I do not extend this invitation to anyone, but you are not simply anyone, are you? Consider this an invitation to the Black Emporium. Enclosed are directions through the passages underneath the city, as is the charm to enter. If you give the charm to another, its permission will immediately be revoked, and the consequences will be unpleasant. Adieu, Xenon. And then duty. This is to do with Sebastian Vale and the Flint Company mercenaries. One group makes camp not far from the Elves of Sundermount mountain range. The second has been seeking information on the docks after nightfall. The third is far from the main road off the Wounded Coast. They are believed to have a small campsite well past any known landmarks. A princely award awaits whoever finds and defeats these rogues. Okay. Oh, I have a new quest now. Let's see. Premium content. Oh, that's much smaller. So, a Memento of the Past and I think Mark of the Assassin. Those are the two big quest DLCs. And then I have those as well. Well, I wanted to actually, since we were here, go to the Hanged Man to talk to Varric. Oops. Mark is active quest. That's what I meant to do. So why don't we get the three of them together, and then we can head on over there and do that. I gotta level you guys up. Still.
So, what do you do, Avelie?
You know I'm a guard. Why are you asking?
I mean in your off-duty hours, for fun. You've heard of it, I hope.
These are my off-duty hours.
And the trend of you scaring the piss out of me continues.
Well, looking at the time, I actually am at time for today. Tomorrow we will go to the Hangman, talk to Varric, and then we'll figure out which quests I'm going to work on next. As always, thank you so much for joining me, and I will see you again tomorrow with another new Dragon Age 2 video.